Hi there, welcome back. How are you today? So before we start the beautiful video, we just want to make you aware that the self-love course is now up and running and it is completely free. I've been guided to just give it away because it is something that is so important for people to become aware, to become self-aware. It's the most beautiful gift you can give to yourself. The links are all in the description below. And just please be patient when you do fill out the last form to enroll. Give me time because I have to manually enroll you. So I may not be awake when you sign up. So it's not that we don't want to give it to you. Just give us a few hours to get up and running and we'll sign you up. We'll put you in. Okay? And you'll have everything you need in there. The videos, the handbook, the workbook, it's all in there waiting for you. All right, my beautiful beings. So just be aware that that is now available and that it's free. And just once you sign up with the last enrollment form, which is like a contact page for the basic details that I need from you to enroll you, that I just need to do it manually inside the course for you. It's the only way I could figure out how to do it. So there might be an easier way. This is the only way I could work out. So I've had the course there since January, and because I couldn't figure out how to do it, a simpler way, I've just been procrastinating, just putting it off. But my spirit team is just saying, just put it up and just do it that way. It's the only way I know how to do it. Let's just do it that way. So my beautiful beings, it's there for you if you want it. All right. So in this gorgeous video, something that came up recently that was just so beautiful that I wanted to share. I have a friend that isn't any religion. She hasn't grown up with any religion. She's not atheist because my husband's atheist, but she just didn't grow up in any form of religion, So she sent me this message one day to ask Jesus a question, right? And the question was, there's no reason why I can't share it here. She wanted to know if Jesus had in fact been to India. Now, when she asked me the question, I kind of sat there like, what? It's like, where did that come from? Like I felt blindsided, Well, that's a weird question. Anyway, so I woke up that morning, I listened to the message, I asked Jesus, and then from Jesus I got yes, no, parallel lives. And I thought to myself, well, it doesn't really affect my relationship with him. I don't really need to know if he did or he didn't, or it was, like the question wasn't really for me. I still went online, I YouTubed it, I looked it up, and I found it really interesting, like what's out there, about Jesus, about, anyway, if it's sparking curiosity in you, you can go and look it up yourself. That wasn't the message that was trying to come through. What came through for me as we're having this interaction with my friend, because I sent her a message back going, what does it matter? Like if he did or he didn't, what does it matter? It doesn't change who he is, or, like to me, it doesn't make any difference. Anyway, and she said, she gave me this long story of why it was important to her that she wanted to know all of this, because all of this stuff was coming up for her. And then the gold. The answer, like the message I was given to pass on to her from him directly, was, why don't you ask him yourself? Why don't you ask him directly, right? And this is what came up, and it was so beautiful, because from this so much came out. Jesus is not exclusive to Catholics or Christians, or he's not an exclusive being that is just for those religions. I'm just going to let you sit with that for a minute. It's like Buddha, is like, Lao Tzu, I think, was the one that created the Tao. They're not beings that are exclusive to wherever they were born and then whatever religion was created around it. He actually wasn't here to be part of any religion. If anything, he was trying to free people's minds from religion when you actually look into it properly. You know, that all the answers that you need are within you. You don't need to be looking to a priest or a pastor or whoever it is that is, you know, guiding you with all this information. If that's your way, then that's your way. There's no right way or wrong way to get there, to this destination. You know, whatever experience you're having is perfect for you. I grew up in the Catholic religion, and I spent a good, trying to think, at least 40 years angry with God more than anything else, because I felt separate. I was like, why do you create us and then we have to jump through hoops to get to heaven to be with you? I mean, what kind of relationship is this? You know, it was like that I have to spend my whole life feeling I'm not good enough for your love. It used to make me very angry, to the point where I just, there was a good 20 years, I just wasn't talking to him. I'm done with you. You know, like, you suck, was basically what I used to think. I don't want anything to do with you. It's like, nah, I'm done. You know, but that was just all the learnings from church, everything that I had taken on, all the beliefs that I had created from what I had learned from church around who God is, who Jesus is, who Mary is, and Mother Mary, all these beliefs, all these limiting beliefs, because the main one for me from church was how separate I was from these beautiful beings. How separate. God is all the way up there, far, far away. Unattainable was the word. Unattainable, unapproachable. You know, whenever we spoke to God, it was just to say sorry for this and sorry for that and sorry. It was always about apologizing. You know, that was my relationship with God. And I was just blown away when Jesus said to me, just tell her that she can talk to me directly. Just all she has to do is say my name and we're having a conversation. You know, it doesn't have to be through someone else that you have these conversations with these beautiful beings. They're not exclusive to any particular group. It's like the archangels. I really didn't know anything about them before I started having interactions with them. They didn't talk much about them in church, not at all, as far as I can remember. They talked a lot about saints and martyrs and all that sort of stuff, a lot about saints, but hardly anything. I really don't recall conversations about archangels. And so when I started working with them, that was the good thing about it. I didn't really have limiting beliefs around them, except, of course, at the beginning that they're all the way up there and I'm all the way down here, and that they're higher, they're above, like they had this above thing going on. They're higher, they're up there. And then with time, they showed me that, no, we're the same energy, the same energy. They are the same. And most recently, what I've been shown, which is the most beautiful thing, and this last couple of weeks, I've been doing Reiki sessions. I do them on myself because I love calling them in and being with them. It's not so much about the session, because I already know where I am in my alignment. I already know it's exactly where I'm meant to be. And the first time it happened, I was like, oh my God, it was just so beautiful. What happens when I do the Reiki sessions, I have Archangel Michael comes in and stands in front of me. Archangel Gabriel stands to my right. Rafail stands behind me. Uriel stands to my left. I have to really think, because my left and my right always mess my brain. I don't know why they mess up with my brain. My brain gets boggled with left and right. So I've got to really think. That's why I slowed down. So be patient. So Uriel's on my left. Archangel Metatron was always above. But recently I did a deep dive into shamanism, and I realized that as above, so below. And I didn't have an archangel for below. So we've just recently brought in Archangel Ariel. She's gorgeous, by the way. But the beautiful thing that happened was that in this particular session, when we finished the session, and I'm seeing myself, I'm standing there, as I always do, but I'm like hovering. I'm not standing like I'm on the earth. I'm in space standing, and they're standing around me in that, configuration. And so this day, I'm looking at myself, and in front of me, a door opens, and Archangel Michael goes in, and the door closes. And then, because at the end of each session, I say goodbye to each one of them individually, and I tell each one I love them individually. I always start with Michael. And so that's what happened. A door opened and Michael went in, and the door closed. Then I did Gabriel. The door opened. Gabriel went in. Once I said, thank you, I love you, you can go now. The door closed. I did the same with Rafail. Door opened behind me. Rafail came in. Door closed. Ariel, Archangel Metatron, and Ariel from underneath. And so the realization I had that day was that they are, not only that they are within me, but they are aspects of me. This was the huge realization. We are one energy. We are one and the same, like it's all one. That day I really felt the oneness of it all, that it is all spirit. That I see them out there, and when I see them out there, I'm seeing them as separate from me visually. But there's never separation energetically. And that day we were one. They all came in, and I could see them inside me, like, and it was just such a beautiful moment, to have that moment. The other thing that Jesus wanted to bring through was that it's not about him and his life and what he came here to show us what was possible. That was his intention for his lifetime. The possibilities that we can heal, the possibilities that we can levitate, the possibilities that all the things that he was showing us, we all have that within us. We all have that power. But there's something about Jesus that we can embody, that Christ consciousness. And it doesn't have anything to do with miracles. For me, when I think of it, the beings that come to mind, Louise Hay, if you ever read her story, in her younger years, she used to work with people that had AIDS. And that was at a time where, it was like, they were like, well, what do you call them? Outcasts was the word I was looking for. Nobody wanted anything to do with them because everyone was too scared that they were going to get AIDS. You know what I mean? And it reminded me of Jesus with the lepers. He would go and visit the lepers. He didn't care because he knew. He knew who he was. He knew who they were. He knew it was all energy. He knew it was all spirit. So Jesus is within all of us, and it's up to us if we embody that Christ consciousness that he was trying to show us that we all have or not. We all have that within us. I can think of many, many beings that are living, they're embodying that beautiful Christ consciousness, But it is a choice that you can embrace in any moment. And it's not about creating a miracle. It's not about going out there and, healing people. I'm Christ consciousness. I'm here to heal. Because Louise Hay didn't heal physical ailments, but she did heal hearts. She did heal the most important part of that person, that they're wanted, that they're loved no matter what, that whatever they had, it didn't define. She could see that they were spirit just like her. And her compassion for them, that compassion, that's Jesus right there. He had such a deep compassion for humans, for human beings. And when you see that in others, that is Jesus in effect right there. That is Christ consciousness. We can embody that at any time, all of that. It's a choice that we make. But know within your heart, because this was the message he wanted to bring through, and then they all got on board. All the angels were like, yeah, you tell them. Because we have a lot of fun. People seem to think that these beings are super serious, but They know you. They've been with you since before you even got here. They know you. They know if you're goofy. They know if you're funny. They know if you're playful. They know you. You don't have to pretend to be something serious, to be something else when you're around them. But the message that they wanted to bring through in this video was that you can call upon them at any time. You don't have to go through someone else to get to them. If you feel a strong resonance with Jesus, call him in, talk to him. If you use a different name for Jesus, he doesn't really care. It's really not about the words or the names that we use. You can call them anything. They know that you're thinking of that particular being. They know that. And it's not about the words, ever. In all the sessions I've been in, the Reiki sessions, it's never about the words. It's about the energy that comes through. And I was talking to Jesus when I was 5, and that was the name I was using when I was talking to him. And I don't remember ever once him correcting me that that's not my name. That's not my name. Because when we're not here in this 3D reality, names are irrelevant. They don't matter. For us here, yes, because we think Jesus or, what is it, Yeshua or Yeshua, I think is the other way that people say it, or whatever name you use for Jesus, it helps us to, okay, it's that person. So yes, you can use a name in that way, but they will never be offended that you haven't said the right name for that being, whatever it is. Or even now with my angels, I don't always use the word archangel before it because it's so long and it gets in the way. Sometimes it's just Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, please come in. They don't care. They're just elated that you call them in, that you actually want their assistance, that you actually want to talk to them. They're like, cool, let's do this. All these years they've been ignoring us and now they want to actually have communication with us. They want to interact with us. They're not going to reject you because you get their name wrong. Never, ever would they reject you for that. And never, ever would they reject you because you're not the right religion to call them in. Any of them, Buddha or Krishna or whoever it is that you seem to feel, oh, you have a resonance with that being. It's there for a reason, and it's because they are your guides. They are with you all the time. You have already chosen them before you came, that they would be with you your whole lifetime, assisting, guiding, whatever it is, whatever you allocated them before you came. You already have your team. You've already chosen it. So if you feel a really strong pull towards whoever it is, chances are they are with you already working with your soul, with your higher self, for you to have this incredible human life, this human experience that you're having. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're religious or not, if you're an atheist or not, if you're listening to something and one of them just, you feel a strong connection, a strong pull towards that being, start researching, start feeling into, why? Why am I curious about this being? I don't know anything about it. Like when my friend said about Jesus in India, I started to watch all these videos and I found it fascinating, absolutely fascinating, that he may have lived the rest of his days in India, that he may have spent earlier years learning from yogis, learning, in meditation and all these incredible practices that gave him all those beautiful skills. But it doesn't make him any more, any less than what he already was to me. It doesn't change anything. His beautiful energy is what I feel when we're together. That's all that matters. That he reminds me in every moment of the unconditional love that I am, of the energy that I am. That's all that matters. What he did here as a human, what he didn't do, doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter. Maybe to others it puts it all together for them. I don't know. To me, it's really not about any of that. It's about energetically what they bring every time. And it's this high, just vibration that I just can't even describe. But I know when I'm with them that this is who I am too, this beautiful high vibration. It's like they remind me, and that's why I love being with them so much, you know. All right, my beautiful beings, we love you dearly. Remember to click like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the messages. And remember, the free course for self-love is there for you. If it resonates with you, this is something that you feel, you would love to have for yourself, it's free. Bye for now.